fucking hurry up, man! Come on!
Well, hello there, it's King Rossi with the Waxer Beard back again. It's that time of the bastard week once again, where I take a look at all of the WTF moments from WWE RAW, a WWE RAW that heralded from Glasgow, Scotland for the first time ever. So for the duration of this video, I'm going to do it in a Scottish accent. Haha, haggis, I am brew. Haha. And we kick off with Stephanie McMahon, who told an absolute lie. F Scotland, I fucking hate Scotland. We start with Stephanie McMahon, who told a massive fucking pork pie in the middle of the ring when she said WWE RAW was live. Was it? Those of us who weren't in the SSE Hydro in Glasgow had to wait several hours until 1 a.m. like normal, like when it's in the States, to watch it. It's a load of bollocks. Quite frankly, WWE, you're a bunch of racists. Oh, I went there. I went there. But it's slander to kick things off this week. Right, as you may know, I love to bash the toots, and my memory's completely f***ed. I'm going to have to read the following quote from Stephanie McMahon once again from this here sheet of paper. We're going to absolutely dominate SmackDown Live when our three best men, women and tag teams compete against SmackDown Live in 3 traditional Survivor Series matches. That's not f***ing happening, Stephanie, you... Aye, Stephanie's a whore. Bit more slander, but that's not happening. The 5 best women, the 5 best men, the 5 best teams are taking part. Not 3 of each, 5 of each. You got that wrong, didn't you? They're silly. Back with Stephanie once again. She's got her f***ing hat-tricks of sorts, lads. That moment where she threatened to sack the 5 men taking part in the men's Survivor Series tag team match if they didn't win at Survivor Series. Quite frankly, Steph, I've got one thing to say to that. Bullshit! I've got another thing to say to that. Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, Eric Rowan. Do you remember that? Remember when you fired them but you didn't? That's exactly what's going to happen here, isn't it? SmackDown will win. They'll all get fired. They'll be back on Raw the next night and nothing will have changed. You're a f***ing big... liar. Lying whore. Slander. Oh my God, Chris Jericho called himself and Kevin Owens Team Kevin and Chris when he always normally calls them Team Chris and Kevin. He f***ed things up royally there, motherfuckers. I suppose that means one thing. Not only because there's election tonight where Donald Trump could be the President of the United States, but because Jericho f***ed up a promo. He doesn't normally do that, does he? So, here we go. The end is nigh, the end is nigh. Run away, the end is nigh, bye. Imagine if Trump does become president, though. We're all f***ed. We're back with Stephanie McMahon once again, motherfucker. She's trying to bring that men's team for Raw together by f***ing fighting each other. Booking them in a fatal 5-way match where there's no DQs and they've just got free reign to kill each other. WTF. What sense does that make less than 2 weeks before a match, which apparently has the features of the superstars involved on the line if they don't win? It made no f***ing Stephanie's just a massive, and you know what I'm going to say here, aren't you? You know what's coming. Stupid idiot. Somebody spanked me, I thought he was dead. No, I'm actually on WWE RAW roughly 17 years after he's first announced as part of the Cruiserweight division on WWE RAW. WTF, I thought he was dead. So I suppose good things come to those who wait, but putting Noam Dar on the heel team with D. Brian Kendrick while in his homeland of Scotland, that's a WTF moment. It's the Goldberg Brock Lesnar scenario. I'm not having a stroke. Scenario from a few weeks again, rearing its head once again. Why can't WWE understand the fact that when someone's in their hometown, a homeland like Dar was, they're going to get cheered, not booed? But I suppose it did make sense with the culmination of the match, which saw Kendrick slap down Dar before Dar made a big comeback for a big pop. So but take myself back to before that match finished. It completely ruined the dynamic of the match. Therefore, WTF moment, even if it did work its purpose in the end. So fucking right. Yes, look there. You've guessed it. Kevin Dunn f***ed up once again. I can hear you through the camera. Believe it or not, I really can. King Ross, how the f*** did he do it this week? Well, I've got an answer for you. You know how you can buy Iron Brew in Scotland? You can buy it in glass bottles. Basically, Kevin Dunn was trying to f***ing open the bottle with his massive f***ing chompers, which, you know, bit half of the glass bottle off itself, and Iron Brew went in his eye, and then he had to press all sorts of buttons, and then it didn't work. These stories aren't working anymore. Did he have 2 D5 Mars bars on his front chompers like a walrus? No. Since he was in Scotland, did 2 Scottish people try to rub him his front teeth and say they don't own any of their own? Yes. Scottish people are scruffy bastards. Michael Cole fall down from WWE SmackDown Live's commentary team from last week and telling us that Survivor Series is the only time in this whole year that you'll be able to see WWE RAW and WWE SmackDown Live going head to head, which is complete and utter bollocks. Here we go again, that Vince McMahon promo from the start of the brand extension. He said they'd be competing on all fronts, merch, TV ratings, the lot. They're competing all the bastard time. That's not to mention the Royal Rumble where Raw and SmackDown superstars will be going head to head. That's not to mention the bigoted promotional matches that will be taking place at WrestleMania. That's not to mention the bigoted promotional matches that will be taking place at SummerSlam. It happens all the time, Michael. Why the are you lying? Yes, Bailey's wacky, inflatable, flailing arm men. Tube men, they misfired. She went for the big pose, they meant to come up behind her, but diddly squat happened. That means one thing, motherfuckers. Kevin Dunn, he went out for some fish and chips, as you do in Scotland, and basically when he got into the chip shop, he walked up to the counter and his teeth were automatically dragged into the deep pan fryer. That's right, he fried his own heed, and he had to pick all the batter off by the time he got in the production truck, and he couldn't see what he was doing, therefore couldn't press the button in time. These stories are shit. I might stop them. I will stop them. They're terrible. I don't want to be a bully. Kevin's gone on records and he hates people talking about his teeth. And here I am. I'm a fucking cunt. But the tube men didn't pop up when they should have. WTF. Back to Michael Cole once again, where he said, right here, the Bailey planted Charlotte. That's one out of the Vipers playbook. Only problem is, Michael, that Randy Orton, of course, as we all know because we watch wrestling, uses a DDT, whereas Bailey there is clearly giving Charlotte a stunner. 2 different moves, 2 different playbooks. Bollocks, Michael. Yep. Lana has Alzheimer's. Oh, how do I know this? Well, her accent on a weekly basis not only tells it that she forgets where she's meant to be from. Easy for me to say, you know, because the Russian accent slips and then on Total Bella she's American. She doesn't know where the she's from. She doesn't know that she's in Glasgow, Scotland when she's in the piercing middle of Glasgow, Scotland. She said all stand America and she's in Glasgow. Back to Michael Cole once again, who was speculating whether Seth Rollins had received a WWE World Championship opportunity in return for representing WWE Raw's team at Survivor Series, seconds after the architect himself cut a backstage promo in which he told us that Stephanie McMahon gave him certain assurances and opportunities in return for representing WWE Raw at Survivor Series. WTF. Michael, get your head out your arse and listen to what's going on the show, for sake. Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men. Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men. Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men. Dirty bastard. How the did Braun Strowman end up on that table before Chris Jericho was powerbombed through him and that table? I don't know. We saw Roman Reigns Superman punch the wonky-nosed prick, which sort of had him stumbling towards the table. Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho then took Reigns round the ring, beat the piss out of him, walked back round the ring the other way, and then when they came back, Braun was lying there, sleeping, being a lazy, wonky-nosed prick. By God, I'm a bad bully, me. Picking on people with the way they look. I suppose that's what you can do when you're as beautiful as me, with a sick beard. But what was Braun doing there? I don't know. You don't know. I doubt he knows because he seems a bit thick. So there we go. WhatCulture signs and John O'Clock shirts. Hey, oh. And finally, we have this picture of WhatCulture's own and my very close personal friend, Kenny McIntosh, who's apparently Scottish, marking out during WWE RAW despite prancing around this WhatCulture office in a series of horrible jumpers. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, the lot. He's got all the Looney Tunes on jumpers, which is a bit weird in my book. Anyway, there he is. He prances around the WhatCulture office telling us how wrestling is these days. We should all be loving Hulk Hogan. And there he is in the front row, watching RAW in 2016, marking out like a dirty, disgusting mark that he is. WTF. Kenny, you're a hip-hop hypocrite. But at least you're not a... That's it for the WTF Moments from WWE RAW. I've been King Ross, the Rossi with the good beard. You've been my loyal subjects. I'll see you soon.
I will delete WCPW. It's over.